The real reason BTS joined the South Korean military. In a surprising twist that resonated across the global music industry, the sensational South Korean K-pop phenomenon, BTS, sent shockwaves through their dedicated fan base by announcing a temporary hiatus. But this wasn't just a routine break from the glitzy world of entertainment. It was a strategic maneuver to navigate the intricate web of conscription rules deeply embedded in their nation's culture. As the discussions unfolded over the years, debates raged on whether the band, perched atop the pinnacle of international stardom, should be exempt from the mandatory military service that awaited them. While the notion of calling it a form of captivity might sound hyperbolic, the decision to step into this mandatory rite of passage reveals a complex narrative, laden with loopholes waiting to be uncovered. Stay tuned as we dive into the untold story behind BTS's bold decision and the intricate relationship between fame and duty. BTS, the mega K-pop sensation, dropped a bombshell in October of 2022. Well, not a music bomb this time. Big Hit Music, their management squad, spills the tea on October 17th, casually mentioning that the boys plan to get the gang back together around 2025. Why? Mandatory military service. Now, rewind 10 days before this revelation. Lee Kai-sik, the bigwig from the Military Manpower Administration, tells lawmakers it would be desirable for the BTS crew to get drafted. Why? Apparently, it wouldn't be right to let them off the hook while others face the conscription music. South Korean law says every able-bodied man should clock in 18 to 21 months of military service. Cool, except dancers, classical musicians, and sports champs have snagged exemptions before. But the law got a facelift in 2020, letting BTS delay their duty till they hit 30. However, the oldest member turns 30 in December, and the rest aren't too far behind. So no more dodging the military bullet. Not only is the South Korean government cramping BTS's style, but it's also forcing a hiatus on their thriving music career. That's not just a bummer for fans, it's an economic headache for the nation. Business Insider throws some numbers into the mix. BTS is like South Korea's golden goose, contributing a whopping $3.6 billion to the economy annually. In 2017, 1 in 13 tourists flocked to Korea just for BTS. And in 2018, 7% of foreign visitors, approximately 800,000, were there for the BTS magic. Imagine the economic extravaganza if they'd gotten an exemption. It's a tough call on the justice front, but when billions are on the line, maybe economics should snag the starring role in this drama. The South Korean government might just be shooting itself in the foot with this one. Talk about a plot twist. However, these K-pop mastros have not only serenaded the global economy, but have also waltzed into the political arena, sharing a surprisingly positive relationship with the powers that be in South Korea. The government BTS rendezvous goes beyond the occasional event sponsorship. It's a full-fledged partnership. The septet didn't just make a cameo at government-backed shindigs, they were inducted as honorary members of the Presidential Envoy Club. Before gracing the United Nations with their presence in 2021, each BTS member took a solemn oath, donned the title of Presidential Envoy, and received the golden ticket, diplomatic passports. Despite this apparent camaraderie, the band finds itself at a crossroads, juggling between government expectations and their own aspirations. After years of bureaucratic ping-pong and deliberations that rival a K-drama cliffhanger, fans are speculating that BTS might be taking matters into their own hands, deciding to enlist on their own terms rather than wait for the government's final decree. Sure, we can't precisely measure the economic wake they'd create with an exemption, but it's somewhere between a lot and an awful lot. The South Korean government seems to be caught in its own web, hurting its economy while standing firm on the justice front. BTS's story isn't just about their superstar status. It's a spotlight on the global prevalence of mandatory military service. Across 49 nations, conscription is the norm, lasting 1 to 3 years. Even countries like the United States have selective service systems that can draft civilians in times of need. Few months ago, the band had fans scratching their heads with a U-turn on their hiatus announcement, steering in what they dubbed as Chapter 2, a phase where members focus on personal projects while the band keeps its promotional wheels turning. Big Hit Music, the puppet master pulling the strings for BTS, took to the fan-centric platform Weverse to drop the bombshell. In a message that read like a farewell note, they spilled the beans that each member was gearing up for some solo action, proudly declaring it as the perfect time for the boys to swap the stage for a stint in the military. Jin, the first soldier in the BTS army, enlisted after dropping a solo single at the end of October. The rest of the dream team, R.E.a.m.y, Suga, J-Hope, Jimin, V, and Jungkook, followed after, promising a grand reunion in 2025. K-pop veterans might nod knowingly at the concept of their idols trading microphones for military gear. It's a familiar tale in the industry where boy bands take diverse routes when it comes to mandatory service. Some vanish into a prolonged hiatus, testing the solo waters, while others soldier on, missing a few comrades but still strutting their stuff. And let's not forget the idols who've already swapped the stage for a different kind of spotlight. Baekhyun of EXO and Taemin of SHINee, currently serving their time as noteworthy members of the government. The BTS hiatus might be a temporary pause, but it's certainly not the end of the show. The curtain might have dropped for now, but the promise of a grand encore in 2025 has fans eagerly awaiting the next act in this real-life K-drama. As the news of BTS's impending military service broke, the ARMY, known for their unwavering devotion, showcased a spectrum of reactions that could rival the emotional roller coaster of a K-drama finale. At one end of the fan response spectrum, there were die-hard supporters proposing a dramatic boycott, a complete detachment from anything and everything associated with South Korea until the beloved septet graced the stage again in 2025. On the flip side, the majority of the internet-savvy ARMY opted for a lighter touch, flooding Twitter with a cascade of memes that echoed the playful spirit of their cherished group. Creative minds in the fandom wasted no time pointing out the irony of the fanbase's name. Armed with the iconic Spider-Man pointing meme, they humorously highlighted the shared identity between BTS and their ARMY, a clever twist that only fans of the group could truly appreciate. Meanwhile, some admirers chose to weigh in on a topic perhaps as crucial as the military service itself: the inevitable haircuts the members will be sporting. Fans took to Twitter to express their thoughts on the style transformations, injecting a touch of levity into the mix. However, not all tweets were on the lighter side. A wave of concern washed over the ARMY, echoing through the digital world as fans grappled with the possibility of a BTS content drought for the next 3 years. Some went beyond creative quips, expressing genuine worry for the members' safety during their service, despite the fact that K-pop idols typically serve in non-combat roles with minimal physical danger. This apprehension isn't unfounded, as the history of idols struggling to navigate military life due to their fame, like Taemin of SHINee, who faced mental health challenges, adds a somber undertone to the otherwise lively digital discourse. With BTS reaching unprecedented levels of stardom, the ARMY's concern isn't just about the music hiatus, but also about protecting the privacy and well-being of the idols they hold dear. As the curtain falls on this chapter, fans are left to grapple with a whirlwind of emotions, eagerly awaiting the next scene in the BTS drama. The BTS bombshell hit us harder than a K-drama plot twist, but if there's one thing we know, it's that the ARMY is a resilient bunch. While the shockwaves settle, we're left eagerly counting down the days until our beloved septet graces us again in 2025, with Jin coming back in less than 100 days. The announcement didn't just drop the mic, it left us with a promise, echoing the lyrics of their last album together, yet to come, the most beautiful moment from Proof. There's a whole lot more magic waiting in the wings for us in the coming years from the unstoppable force that is BTS. So if you're as hyped as we are for the grand comeback, make sure to hit that like button, smash subscribe, and ring that notification bell to stay in the loop. We're in for a roller coaster, and you wouldn't want to miss a beat of the BTS journey.